Yo, 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 peace everybody. It's your man Soular. We got a dope message for you today. Now, I've really had to take some time out to make sure that I'm doing what's needed for me to resculpt my life and reorganize my life to make sure that I'm doing what's needed for me, to say the least. So, I do that. I don't like to necessarily teach all the time when I feel like there's still things I need to do, because I know there may be a lesson I might get that I will want to then translate as wisdom later on through actually applying it, actually experiencing it. I don't like to not only talk about things that I don't do. So I don't want to talk about things that I don't do necessarily, because if I know it and I know it to be better and I'm not doing it, then that's an issue for me. That actually technically, by definition for y'all, would be a lack of intelligence. Intelligence is when you learn new information, you gain new information, and based off of that new information gained, you're able to make adjustments. You're able to make changes and shifts that are, in confluence with the new information learned. So an intelligent being is a growing being. An intelligent being is a learning being. To be intelligent. So that's what artificial intelligence is that it learns from what it's given and it can make something new. So that's what that's about, and that's what we do as well. So be intelligent, right? So that's the umbrella of like why I haven't posted as much, but I'm constantly working on so many different things that I stay occupied. It's the videos, it's this, where I kind of take a step back sometimes because I value purpose so much. I value authenticity so much. If you don't know much about my background, I'm not going to go too much into it here. However, what I will tell you is that I know what it's like to live a life outside of your purpose, like heavily. You know what I'm saying? So I already know what that's like. And I'll tell you that the route of resistance is loaded with pain and suffering. It's like walking backwards up a river. Whereas to just move with your purpose, to move in the flow with your purpose, yeah, it may seem harder because you're used to going the other way, but as soon as you turn around and you let go and you just be authentic and loving and you just flow with your energies and the cosmos and, not being too judgmental, but being more in flow, the divine feminine to the divine masculine, consciously make this decision as a divine masculine, but as a divine feminine, make sure that you can flow with it as well. God is feminine and masculine, so you got to keep this in consideration. When you flow with the universe, where that water is going? That water is going into the source. That water is going to a pool of all life, all energy, all what the universe is doing. It's called source. Now, when you are living in alignment with source and you're going in that one direction, it's a very beautiful thing that you get. You know what I'm saying? You actually get connected to the whole river in that pool, even though it may not seem like it's rushing and it's running anymore. When you're in that oasis where all that water is leading to, that's where all of your rewards are. That's where all of your gifts are. All the things that are for you are in that space. Cool. When you get to that oasis of water, when you flow with the universe rather than resisting it and constantly trying to get away from it, instead, when you flow with what the universe is trying to give to you by staying in your purpose. And don't get it twisted. Sometimes flowing with your purpose may sometimes look like saying, hey, I can't do that right now, or I can't do this right now. Sometimes flowing is actually saying, no, it's knowing. Flowing is knowing. And you got to let go of things that will interrupt that, or you have to do something about it. So there's this awareness that you need to have where if it's just inspired, it can go away or it can be taken away from you. Whereas if you cultivate this from within yourself, this will and this drive to do the right thing consciously, to flow with the universe consciously, the high frequency, the faster it gets, it goes up and down. It doesn't stop going up and down. It just starts to look like a plane of inertia. The reality is you're going up and down so fast. You're course correcting at all times to stay in alignment. That's what living in the truth is like. Living in the truth is constant course correcting to live in alignment, making a good decision, fighting off a bad decision while making a good one, or fighting off a bad one. And you eventually get so good at it that You flowed so close to that source. You're getting closer and closer and closer to everything that's for you. It's less ease. You're able to relax more. Ergo, that means it's more energy flow promoting you, which means more money, more currency, more abundance, more love, more life. And that's what you want, more experiences. You don't want to resist what life has to offer to you by going the other way, you see. And this is a key indicator that you're resisting the universe, is when you're walking upriver, you're going against the current, and you seem to be in the same place. When every time you look around you, it's the same place. When you look at the habits and the things that are going on, it's the same things. It's like this cycle. But this is an infinite universe. And I understand fractality. I understand things like that and how we are co-creating. But understand this, radical action. You know, I mean, Nipsey talked about this. Gary Vee talked about this, radical action. You know, the leaders of this world and those who are here to bring a change to this world they're radical. You got to make a radical action, because you got to be like, no, I know you all eat Popeyes and McDonald's is a norm, but I got to be radical now. Even though I once thought it was normal. No, that can't be in my house. That can't be around my kids. That can't be around me. None of it, because it's poison and propaganda. And you got to think about everything that has to be conjured up to create a product like that and sell it en masse to children, called a Happy Meal. Anyway, I digress. Think about these things. So this is what it's like to be in resistance to the universe. And when you're in resistance to the universe, if you lose your purpose, you will be repurposed. So going that way, being stagnant, not flowing with the universe, not being in your purpose, right? Not living your life, you're going to find yourself surviving. Instead of thriving and letting go and letting flow and being abundant, you're fighting. You're fighting the current and you're surviving, and you're stuck in the same place. And it makes no sense to go against the system. If you're a character in a video game, your goal isn't to go against the video game itself. You may even have to be against it as far as them being your enemies and NPCs and stuff like that, and objectives and stuff. That's fine. But the reality is, when you're in that game, the real point of the game is to get good. That's what it said, get good. Get good at the character. Get good at controlling the character. Master the character, you see, because the level can change. The game can change. The character can even evolve and change a little bit, but the controls and knowing how to do it and knowing what to do and consciously being conscious, the key component behind winning a video game is conscious action. I love video games. They require conscious action. And if you're smarter than the other guy, you'll win. I love video games. If you're more conscious and more coordinated than the other guy, or yet alone smarter, I can beat people with high level skill in games because I'm smarter sometimes. I'll make a decision that's like preemptive. Like I'll consider stats and numbers and things to where it's like I win by the micro hair, but I already knew that before I went in. Where no matter how good you were, I have a certain control of my character to where I can make the game work for me. I just got to control me and put myself in certain positions. So make sure you're not in resistance. Make sure you are in abundance. Make sure you're in a flow. All right. And I want to talk about this right here when you go into purpose and when it comes into like having some type of authority, level of authority that you want to grasp for your life. And this is really all about realigning our lives here. You know, this is key knowledge I want to give to you guys. I don't want to give you too much of the mathematical side, 0-point technology. And I want to kind of not go too deep into astrology, because those occult arcane knowledges I make available to you through my other services. So it's just a matter of connecting to me outside of this, or asking to enroll into my Astral School of Everything, Ashe, where sovereignty in all dimensions is our motto. You know, contact me for those things. But right now in these videos, and what I'm going to be giving to you guys, more like I'm looking for daily, is, you know, knowing who you are. This general knowledge. It's not too general because a lot of people don't think like these. These are mind shifts. These are perspective shifts. It's not necessarily pure information. We have that in the schools. I have that in the notes. I have those in the books and the curriculums. I have those in the libraries and the archives, and it's all available to you. However, that's what you must do with your own time. And you know what I'm saying? What's the point of using all these tools if you don't first know your purpose? Which is why my school is predicated upon astrology, astral school, everything, because it's easy to help a person find a purpose. I don't care what modality of time measurement you use. If one at all, cycles of the moon or Gregorian calendars, I don't care. Roshurian calendars, I don't know, I don't care. Draconian astrology, Vedic, human design, I do all of them, and I understand all of them because I understand source code and what created them. That is the nerdy mathematics. That's what we get into in the occult, arcane side of things. But what we're going to talk about here is what you need to even use these tools, why you should use these tools, how to use these tools. So certainty, knowing who you are for real. You know, Hobson has a song called Nocturnal Rainbows where he speaks on, you know, you think you're being you. You think you know who you are, man. You was programmed to be you. You're not. You don't even know who you are. Who you think you are and what you think you like. Nah, that's just what you was given. And this is who you really being who you was told to be from 1 to 7 anyway, realistically. So knowing who you are requires you to really unravel and let go of what you're not in this day and age. When we're coming from a dark age to a golden age, we have to let go of habits. We're going to naturally be good. We have to let go. We're phasing out of a dark age. So we have to let go of those things because they're no longer going to serve us moving forward in what the universe is trying to do. Now, you could resist that all you want. And you can stay with those bad habits and stay not caring and stay not studying yourself and stay not knowing your astral energies and stay not mastering your astral body. You could stay doing that, walking against the current. But the current of the age of Aquarius is development, conscious shifts, facts over feelings, certainty over confidence. Okay? And this this knowledge leads to a self-awareness. It does. But not a false sense of self-awareness, not a I think. It's an I know. I know what this is. I know who I am, and I know what we're doing here. That's what that's about. Imagine a world where nothing had to be predicated on truth. People could just do things for whatever reason. That would be the opposite age. We're not in that time. We're in this time. This time it's about truth. This time it's about unveiling the truth. So that means the truth never left. The truth has always been there. The truth is forever. The lies are temporary, and those must go, which is their nature. So feeling is a secret is something I want to speak on right now as well, because knowing who you are, knowing your purpose, knowing what's right for you. Say you use tropical astrology, you generate a chart, you find your north node, you lock into your purpose, and you use all these other things, you look at all these other aspects and all these other tools, and you really define to yourself what your purpose is. You get up every day and you focus on that knowing, and it's based off of your affinities, it's based off of your soul satisfaction, it's based off of what's right for you, it's based off of your energies and how you master your energies. And don't get me wrong, take this medicine right here. I believe that if you gave me a mission and you gave me that mission with the most incompatible person, I should still be able to get the job done. Not because we got along so well, because I mastered myself in any reality, in any situation. But your number one worst enemy is going to be you. You want to know who your number one worst enemy is going to be? Oh, that was a horrible. That's who it is going to be. It's going to be you. You. So you got to fight yourself. You got to beat yourself. And if you're being in an effect, then you got to fight to be the cause. So you need a cause, but you got to be the cause. So, feeling is a secret ties into this, because when you know who you are, you confirm who you are, and then you lock in on that, you can imagine and visualize you in a more accomplished state. I know that you can easily visualize the past, and you can easily think of what happened in the past, but can you visualize and use that same faculty of the mind to conceptualize and envision a future? And stay focused on that future rather than focused on that past. More so. And let your present day be the new past. What you are doing is because of what you're becoming. Not because of what you're going to get. Not because of anything other than you being in that fulfilled state for you. Only you know what that is. Your energies are your energies. Who you are is who you'll show us. I don't know who you are. I can tell you what the energies are, but I can't tell you who you are. You're going to do that. Okay, so I digress. Feeling is a secret ties in so heavily because if you were in the wrong feelings, if you're not conscious of the feelings you're supposed to have, then you got to realize that that same manifesting energy that we have, that same creation energy that we have, is now being used without a cause, and it's just going to whatever and fueling whatever. And a lot of these things can be self-destructive behaviors. Whereas if you were to understand feeling is a secret, understand your purpose, and stay locked into a certain high frequency feeling, such as authenticity or love or gratitude, which leads to love, which leads to authenticity. And to achieve this, and keep this constant focus every day is how you can catalyze yourself to flowing with the universe. Because that's what the universe is trying to do right now. You guys got to realize that it's not against you. The universe is literally answering to you. And people are surprised so much so by their power that they don't even become conscious anymore, and they just let the tape run. And they don't realize, like, yo, you can make a new tape. You could run a new tape. You could change the program. You know that? A lot of people don't, and they don't know how. And to start writing and journaling is one of the best ways to start to rewrite your life. So, yes, I want to make this very clear that you are proving this to yourself. You're not here to prove this to others. We are not here to prove this to others. We're here to prove this to ourselves. Okay, if it's not for you, if your growth and evolution is not for you, I know we have children. I know we have family. I know we have lovers. But this got to be for you. Because the best gift that you could give the people that you love in your life, especially your children, especially yourself, is the best version of yourself. The most healed version of yourself. The version of yourself that's conscious and aware and locked into their purpose. That's the best thing you can do for you. You can consciously try to do things that seem good for the kid, but you don't know how much of that really be programming. You just got to be you. You see, who you are authentically is equipped with everything that that child needs to see and know and do and learn to become who they are. They're directly made of you. Even though they may have a different journey and a different spirit and a different soul, there are faculties to which where y'all connect that need to be understood, that if you're not in your authentic self, you could be misleading them by being a program self around them. You're going to pass on a program. You didn't know you worked for the system until you learned that your actions and behaviors are programming the youth and the generations. Not even what you saying, bro. It's what you doing. How you behaving. It's the actions. You see, they don't always do what you say, but they walk in those footsteps. So, putting it to yourself, and this is one thing I'm going to highlight, and I think I'm going to end this one here, is that when you get up in the rising, think about not what can you do today. Think not about what you can get, what you can accomplish, who you should meet. Don't let those be your first thoughts. Let your first thoughts be, what can I let go of today? What can I do without today? What can I let go of today? Now, this is a calling for control of the willpower. Okay? This is heavy. To get up and let go of things that you were just given, not just physical things, behaviors, attitudes, grudges, relationships, friendships, business partnerships, all of these different things. The question that I have to ask you is, how much can you let go of? Because if you can potentially let go of everything and truly walk in your most authentic self, you're going to be around the right people. You're going to have everything that you need. You're going to be able to do everything that you need. And it's for you to stay focused on that purpose. You hold you accountable. And it's up to you to make you happy as well. And if you can maintain your frequencies for yourself at a certain level around other people who maintain theirs at a certain level, you may have found your family. You may have found your tribe. energy, frequency, and vibration. It doesn't get any more elementary, to be honest with you. It's that simple, and those are things that we can all do. You don't need all the deep, divine, arcane, occult mathematics to do these very things that I've stated in this video. So you may not be familiar with me. You may not know what to do, but this is what I can offer you. If you connect with me in any way through the links that will be available, I'll make sure that I catalyze you to the point of where your purpose is locked in, you know that, and it's pretty easy to create a new life schedule. Now, where it gets hard is to live it. And where it gets hard is to do these things for yourself without me babysitting you. That's where it gets difficult. And that's where most people don't want to go. Now, it's okay for me to walk side by side with you. Pretty much everybody who I do my readings for, we're walking side by side because my readings are priceless. My connections to people are priceless. My clients are priceless. And it's amazing who gets attracted to me anyway, who I connect with anyway. That's written, and it's up to me to maintain myself and be in my purpose. Imagine that. Imagine me not being my purpose. Imagine me not being where I'm supposed to be. All the people who need me are going to be missing out. The people who just need to find a video just to know how to connect so that when we connect, we make a change. Or just maybe the video itself made a connection to them, for them to make a change. I'll never see them, but hopefully, you know what I'm saying? Maybe it could be years later. I'm not sure. People don't know. People are still watching people on videos on YouTube from 12 years ago, 15 years ago still. So it is what it is. Just know that you got to do what you got to do, man. And I'm here with you as a catalyst, okay? But I'm living my own life now. I'm doing my best that I can for me at all times. If you align with that, I'm going to see you. We going to talk. I'm going to be in my purpose, and I'm a catalyst in my purpose. That means I'm going to deal with certain people throughout my life. I don't know if it's you, but it really has no price. It's priceless. But we'll talk about that another time. So, letting go of things. Let go of the BS. Reveal what's left. That's your truest self. That's the authentic you. Now, if you can consciously walk towards that, if you can consciously make efforts through these understandings of astral sciences or celestial sciences, you can really tap into things beyond space and time. You can walk into what is truly for you aligned. Consciously. This is a sacred life. Now, if you're not going to do that and you don't want to be conscious every day and focused every day and make every movement sacred and making nirvana normal, if you don't care to make nirvana normal, well then, it's just not for you, and that's okay. At some point in time, you're going to have to realize that you're not completely ever in a self-governing state until you're in full submission to the highest power, which is God. And when you give submission to that highest power, which is God, you are able to be obedient and listen to the Most High. Your authority goes beyond any other authority around you. That is sovereignty in all dimensions. To be in alignment truly and one with Source. And there's no cookie cutter short way around that. So if it's not for you to do that work, it's really not for you. There's people who are doing the work without understanding any of this. It's just like their antennas, they're guided. There are certain frequencies, they're built for certain domains. And so I digress. We're going to put some more into some other videos, but I love y'all. Feel free to contact me. All the information should be there. Like, share, subscribe. If you're new, you're definitely going to want to subscribe because I'll be posting often. And I'm a channel, so I never know really what I'm going to say. I've started to outline things, so I'll channel and then I'll make markers and I'll outline things. And I'll kind of make my videos off of that. But this video wasn't even what I had outlined. This is something completely different. It's relative to where I'm at today. And I feel like that's what it's about. That authenticity. You know what I mean? But it's good to stay grounded, and it's good to have these things and things for you to stay guided and stay focused on your path to success. And think about how much time it would take to play a video game. It's like an hour. Or how much time to watch a movie is like 2-3 hours. In that same amount of time, you can make a contribution to yourself and simultaneously in the age of Aquarius find a way to share that with the world and make sure that you're really being a great asset through example every single day, and everybody could do this. So shout out to the people, shout out to the chosen who know they chosen because they chose themselves and they still working and they up there. I'm hoping to connect with y'all. I already am. My family's pretty already abundant and we're big, but I can't wait. And I can't stop what God has for me, and I'm just continue to walk in my purpose and continue to say like this, and I already know like abundance is just going to continue to shower me as it begins to rain. Love y'all. Peace.